We're officially on the Indian Pacific.
Well, we recently had an amazing experience getting the Indian Pacific from Adelaide through to Sydney, and one of the highlights is the food that you can get on board. This food is like world class.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it showcases a lot of local produce, and we just loved the food.
And it's all included and everything you can eat and drink, so it's pretty good. But when we're on there, the carriage that you eat your food in is the dining carriage. It's pretty small, so we didn't want to interrupt people when they were eating, or I don't know, we felt a bit self-conscious kind of filming and talking at the same time. So we thought that we would take you through the food this way.
Plus we were trying to eat it as well. We didn't want it to go cold. So when we arrived at the terminal, there was champagne, there was coffee, there were pastries, you could get fresh juice.
Yeah, we drove all the way from Victor as well, so that was like a long drive in the morning. I went straight for the champagne. No messing around here.
Straight to the champagne.
Well, it was like a celebration.
Exactly. It was good hearing all the corks being popped every now and then. I can't believe the weather that day. The weather was just fantastic.
There's also this little cabin at the end of the carriage, and if you want to make a tea or a coffee at any time, come in here and help yourself. It's going to come in handy first thing in the morning. I found the snacks.
So when you don't want to stay in your cabin or you're not in the dining car, you can go into there's a bar area and you can have drinks. They do have a lot of non-alcoholic as well as alcoholic options, and you can get some snacks and nibbles in between your meals.
It's time for lunch. We've just been called into the dining car and I'm so excited. I've heard the food on board the Indian Pacific is meant to be really good.
The next piece. How many of them? Sorry?
We've just got our table and our menus actually have where you are in Australia while you're eating your meal. So just past Snowtown, having lunch.
Look at that food. So what is it? Pork, chicken, veggie option, and 3. So it's a 2-course meal for lunch. And you get, it's kind of like when you go to a wedding and they give you the menu and it's kind of set but you have choices.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was like a cheese and spinach phyllo pastry.
We're actually vegetarians, so we can't really comment on the other dishes.
Yeah.
But they looked good.
I eat seafood, so
True.
there'll be some seafood. That was so good.
Wasn't it?
That parfait.
Oh yeah. The trio of ice cream with, my favourite was the salted caramel, and with a long black. Such a good combination.
Oh, back in the bar for pre-dinner drinks. Was this before or after our stop in Broken Hill?
This was just before.
Before. So classy, the dining car. The whole train just has this real classy feel to
It's
it.
got a real Art Deco appearance to it. And this was dinner.
Oh yeah, so this is after our stop in Broken Hill.
The map has been updated with our location. Now the dot hasn't moved that much, but we've actually covered quite a lot of distance in the last 6 hours. Such a big country.
So what's for dinner? Oh, it's a 3-course meal for dinner. So we had the
carrot and coriander soup to start
vegetarian.
with. And then I had the vegetable moussaka. What did you have? You had the salmon.
Yeah.
Oh, that soup was so good.
I know, I don't normally like getting soup. I think it's quite boring, but that was actually really good. This was my salmon with mussels. So good. You can see how much the train is moving. Do you remember when we got back on the train after?
And the sides. So we had these sides of pumpkin and pepitas, and like a pear and walnut and rocket salad.
That's your
That's my
moussaka.
moussaka wobbling around.
Yeah, do you remember when we got back on the train after Broken Hill? It was like really gunning it. Like, look how fast it's going.
This was dessert. So we got the cheese platter.
I got the cheese platter.
Well, we sort of shared.
Well, Yeah, you didn't give me much of that.
I didn't know.
Breakfast time.
Breakfast.
Yeah, this is probably like the biggest breakfast I've ever eaten in my life.
Ah, I know.
It was
And
insane.
we sort of lingered over breakfast and
Yeah.
we were running short of time to get back to our cabin.
So it was a 2-course meal for breakfast, plus they had bread, like toast, on the table as well. So, I mean, normally toast and a coffee is enough, but we had a chia seed pudding, which was
Yes.
very yummy. Yeah, it had ice cream in there.
Oh, and this breakfast,
Yeah.
this was like the dessert the night before.
Look at that chocolate pooling in the waffle. Oh, it was so good.
And April couldn't finish all of hers, so
No.
I had like 1 1/3 of those.
It's actually a chocolate chip waffle as well. It was pretty good. And then, this is when we stopped at the Blue Mountains.
That was Mount Victoria Station.
We'll see the Three Sisters and go on the train.
So April actually did all of I did the bushwalk, and April did the cable car. And,
Scenic world.
yeah, and the railway.
It was such a beautiful day. And even though we had gotten off the train, they still fed us. So after we did our excursions, we went to Echo Point and lunch was included, which was pretty good food as well. And there was still open bar and or you can drink coffee and tea.
And desserts.
All included still. Yeah. Oh, there's the credits. That's it. The food was pretty amazing.
It was incredible food. Yeah.
If you want to see more of our Indian Pacific videos, we have 2 vlogs and we'll link them somewhere. See ya.
Bye.